Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuridat binti Shakar and I would like to present my designing residential neighborhood concept plan. So let's start with introduction. This project was developed with the knowledge and skills necessary to design and build residential neighborhoods concept based on analysis of the site investigation on Project 2. The design process will be used to create a complete plan for developing residential neighborhoods, as well as to identify issues that should be addressed. Major components that will be required to achieve these objectives are housing and commercial operations such as shops, residential, public amenities, infrastructure and utilities, open space and road circulation are all examples. As part of the design phase, a detailed planning document for land use distribution will be prepared. A framework for planning residential neighborhoods that can be done fast. Goals in the project are to develop a neighborhood or residences that grow through time in response to population demands and can offer a variety of advantages to all residents. And objectives are producing residential areas that meet all the characteristics features that can provide comfort, also to create residential that connect all the land use with the street. Now I will tell about our site area. The site size is 15 hectares, suited to build any type of developments because most of slopes are flat, and we can put water tank or single houses on high point area that have their own aesthetic values. Next is land use distribution. So we will develop about 16% of housing, 0.48% of commercial, 0.74% of public facilities, 1.24% of infrastructure and utilities, 10% of open space, and 27.54% of road circulation on 50 hectares area. Now we are moving on to housing. There are 5 types of houses and all of them are 20% and each area site is 6 hectares. But there are the different units that we build. We will build 2,037 units of single-story low-cost terrace and double-story semi-detached house. And we'll have 2,007 units of double-story medium-cost terrace and single-story medium-cost terrace. And last one is single-story detached house that will has 1,018 units. So the total of houses are 8,087 units, and we estimate that one unit house will have 4.5%, and total of population in the residential is 3,990 pupils. Now we will continue to public facilities, which is shop house, surround, community hall, and kindergarten. They will have 0.48% of shop house and 0.24 hectares large. And the estimation is 1 unit shop house equal to 40 units houses, and they will have 22 units of shop house. Second one is surround, which is 0.20% and 1.101 hectares, and one surround can accommodate 800 Muslims. We also built 1 community hall that is 0.4% and 0.2 hectares large. Last public facilities is kindergarten that is 0.14% and 0.07 hectares. Let's move to infrastructure and utilities. The first one is water tank that is 0.58% from 1.24%, and the dimension of water tank is 36 meters multiple 81 meters base of water demand on each building. And they will have 8 units of electric substation, which is 1 unit electric substation equal to 100 units of houses. Lastly, we will develop the second class of sewage treatment plant that accommodate 1,100 to 5,000 pupils and size is 0.31 hectares. Now I will share my neighborhoods concept. Neighborhood concept is arguably one of the major planning landmarks that shape the urban form of the 20th century city in many countries. The urban design principle of staying and work included the idea of a superblock of residential units grouped around a central green, the separation of vehicles and pedestrians, also a road hierarchy with cul-de-sac for local access roads. Staying impressive that the prime goal was to design town for the automobile age, and I have created 2 alternatives of neighborhoods concept. The first alternative is safe neighborhoods, and the second alternative is green neighborhoods. So this is the elements and criteria that we need to apply if we want to build the safe neighborhoods. The first one is increase lighting. This will avoid and decrease the areas that are at high risk for for someone to be robbed or not seen while walking around at night, and avoid being violated and any accident happen. Second is security posts and CCTV, which is only residents with passes are allowed to enter, and guard must always patrol around the neighborhood, especially at night. CCTV can place in the detailed place such as the back alley of the shop, in-house area, and public space. Next, limit access. Each house needs to maintain their landscaping and use transparent fencing around house yard to avoid from someone hiding. All buildings such as surround need to decrease wall areas and more overlook window to street and road. Also, safety mirrors. It can place at intersection curve or lanes that are sheltered and useful for seeing the trend of people from behind. Next is separated road. By separating sidewalks and cycling lanes from motor vehicles lanes, road accident and overcrowding can be avoided. Lastly, signboard. Put up signboards such as speed limits and children crossing the street, signs near to open space and playground that fill with children. Danger sites should also be placed in high risk such as electric substation or sewage treatment plants. Here you can see my bubble diagram based on safe neighborhoods. And here the conceptual plan of Alternative 1. We can start the design process with create the road circulation, then move to commercial, open space, and the last process is to organize housing. And we get the full conceptual plan with public facilities, infrastructure utilities, and housing. Here the second alternative, which is green neighborhoods. The element that we can apply on this concept is rain garden. Rain gardens are versatile elements that can be placed in practically any unpaved area. Runoff from the rooftop, sidewalk, and street is collected and absorbed by this garden. So every house should have this rain garden. Second, rainwater harvesting. It helps to collect and store rainfall for emergency in future. It also can help to decrease demand of water supplies. The third one is smart design house. We need to build houses that have green roof that allow rainwater and store water penetration. Also increase the green space in the house. It also helps people in the house feel calm, peace, and get more oxygen. Next is green energy or technology. Green energy or technologies is a renewable energy and less polluting conserve energy such as solar and air energy. For example, using solar panel to light or CCTV will help reduce residential warming and greenhouse effect. Next is waste management. Implementing 3R concept, which is reduce, recycle, and reuse. This concept had to prevent from waste second-hand products. All residential need to practice this concept to maintain the sustainable life. And last but not least, tree canopy. To have different kind of green neighborhood, we need to more the use of tree canopy at open space or any road to help prevent heat and can reduce residential warming. Now let's see the bubble diagram of the alternative. Move to conceptual plan of green neighborhoods, and the design process is same with safe neighborhoods that start with create road circulation. Second, progress is place commercial and open space, and lastly, organize the housing on the balanced land. To choose the best neighborhoods concept, I have created a metric table based of each criteria, which is good accessibility, house privacy, comfortable environment, walkability, and safety. As you can see, the point given to each criteria based on my two alternatives. Now I will conclude my project. Based on my creating process of layout plan, I can determine which one is the best conceptual plan for my site area according to metric table that I make. Alternative 1 is more systematic and suitable for site area than alternative 2, which is alternative 1 is 18 and alternative 2 is 14. Thank you for your time and allow me your ear. So that's all for me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.